economy have many Americans. The pandemic and infected economy have many Americans experiencing food insecurity for the first time. And with Thanksgiving, the need is greater than ever. Here's CBS's Tom Hansen.
The nationwide coronavirus spike is causing a food crisis. Hundreds of cars waited for packages of boxed food in Denver. The Greater Boston Food Bank gives out 2.5 million pounds of food each week.
Happy Thanksgiving!
In Tarrant County, Texas, this massive operation supplied people with 70 pounds of food and a turkey. Inside one of those cars on Friday was Adrian Williams.
Difficult during this time, and and I have family members who's also difficult for us.
Ordinary Americans relying on generosity to make it through.
It makes me feel great that there's still people that, that want to help people that can't be helped at this time.
Food insecurity and hunger were massive problems even before the pandemic.
Joel Berg is the CEO of Hunger Free America, a nonprofit working to expand access to food.
Tens of millions of Americans are working and still can't afford to feed their families.
An insecurity at levels not seen since the eye-opening 1968 CBS documentary, Hunger in America.
What do you tell your children when they come home and there is no food?
That we haven't got anything to eat and we just have to lay down like that until the next day, see if we can find something to eat.
Can you walk me from where we were 50 years ago to where we are today? How much has changed?
This is the worst hunger crisis in modern American times. The situation is absolutely perilous, and unless the federal government does something big and quick, we're going to see starvation conditions like this country hasn't seen since the Great Depression.
And Joel told us 50 million Americans and 18 million children can't count on regular meals, Jamie, just days away from a Thanksgiving unlike any other.
Tom Hansen.
All right, hey, shalom. Kahaloyim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and the water Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai for giving us the spirit of truth in these last days which the world cannot receive. As always, double honors to our apostles. That was a great millstone that taught us his truth and do it well. Peace, love, and salutations to the Zakonim Wa'akim, and shalom to the predestined elect. All right, so yeah, man, you heard it out of the horse's mouth, man. All right, days before so-called Thanksgiving, all right, 50 million and 18 million plus so-called Americans, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, so-called blacks and Hispanics, are pretty much the face, all right, of this food shortage, as you've seen. Okay, the so-called Negro woman, right, pretty much was saying that what she and others, okay, are in critical danger as well, okay, as far as the food shortage, man. Okay, and this is nothing new, man. Okay, we've been trying to tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians for the longest that all hell is getting ready to break loose. All right, and this is, as you can see, 3 days ago, but it's getting ready to get a lot worse, man. Okay, because the Most High Yahweh Shmi Shai is getting ready to bring a lot of death and destruction in these last days. Okay, because of your lack of respect, okay, your lack of observation, if you will, of the times and discerning the times that we're living in. So the Lord has pretty much had enough, man. So now he's closing in, man. All right, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful to see these things happen. Okay, because this is nothing new under the sun. There was a great famine in the time of our forefather, Abraham. Okay. And there was a great famine in the time of our forefather Joseph, all right, when he was pretty much made king over Egypt at that time, all right, in Genesis, the 43rd chapter. And also there was a great famine in the time of Elijah, man, in the book of 2 Kings around the 6th chapter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into a few precepts here dealing with how you so-called blacks and Hispanics are getting ready to face perilous times, man. You heard it from Esau Edom. He said this is perilous, man. It has not been seen in history, man. Why? Because this is prophecy being fulfilled. This is the book of Lamentations 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So the scriptures is pretty much saying it's better for you to die by the way of a gun, man. Okay, or die by a crossfire, man. Okay, die by a sword, you see. Then they that be slain with hunger. So to die by hunger is more grievous, okay, is more grievous than to die by the way of a sword, man. So real quick, I want to type in this word here, grievous. Salakia. Because it was a sore famine, yep, God, in the land of Egypt during the time of our forefather Abraham. And also, I believe, let's get this here, right? Because this is pretty much what's going to go into that word. This is Genesis 12 and verse 10, and it reads, "And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land." And that's what's coming in these last days, man, a grievous famine unto Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, known to you today as America, man. A grievous famine. It says heavy, great, massive, abundant, numerous, heavy, dull, hard, difficult, burdensome, very oppressive, numerous, rich. So you're getting ready to find yourself in great straits by the very pressing food shortage that's getting ready to come in these last days. And that's why it's better for you to have died by a way of a stray bullet, okay, than to die of hunger. Why? Because it says they that be slain with the sword are better than they that, oh my goodness, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. And when you go into the NLT to break that down, it says those killed by the sword are better off than those who die of hunger. See? Starving, they waste away for the lack of food from the fields. And this is what's coming, a lack of bread, man. Okay, great derision, all right, great sedition, all right. Okay, and great death is coming in these last days, man, which a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians have no clue of what's getting ready to happen, all right. I got another clip here.
Now at 10:30, here we go again. More and more stores are placing limits now on what you can buy. The move comes as coronavirus cases continue to surge and fears of hoarding and shortages return.
KCON's Candace Crone shows you how some local store shelves are looking now.
This Target in the San Fernando Valley looks just like many store shelves did at the beginning of the pandemic.
I wasn't worried before, but I kind of am right now.
Paper towels and toilet paper are selling like hotcakes. Even some food items like spaghetti sauce are
selling like hotcakes, boy. I mean, you Jakes is through. Jakes is through out here, man. Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you love to smoke weed. All right, and you get these you get the munchies. Well, what you gonna do when your children, all right, is sitting over there and their stomachs is pining away, man? And this is straight out of the Bible. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of 2 Kings, since I spoke on that. 2 Kings, I believe, the 6th chapter, because this is what's coming in these last days, man. Cannibalism. A lot of you people think this is a game, all right, but this is what's coming. 2 Kings chapter 6, and this happened in the ancient world, man. This was during the time. This was during the time of Elijah. All right. Okay. So, matter of fact, make sure. Yep. This was Elisha, Salaki. So this was the time of Elisha. All right. 2 Kings 6 and 26. And the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall. There cried a woman unto him, saying, "Help my lord, O king." Verse 27. And he said, "If the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai, do not help thee, whence shall I help thee?" See, and that's what we're saying. We're going to look at you people in the book of Psalms, the 91st chapter. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy left, 10,000 at thy right, but no evil shall come nigh thee. We're going to be looking at you people like, damn, bro, what can I do if the Lord ain't helping you, man? Because what? You loathe at liberty, when yet a place of repentance was open unto you, understood not, but despised it, man. That's 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. It says, out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress. So the Lord didn't help you whether it came to food, or the Lord didn't help you whether it came to getting something to drink. Verse 28, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. See, so this is a curse. This was a curse, man. Okay? She actually gave her son, and they actually sat there, okay, and boiled her son, man, and ate him, man. Verse 29, so we boiled my son and did eat him. Why? Because it was a famine. And we went into the word grievous. It said heaviness, man. And that's what's coming. Why do you think these people are panicking, man? Panic buying, food insecurity. Though that's all a sign of a lack of faith, man. But it happened in the ancient world, and the Lord said there is no new thing under the sun. It's coming back again on a greater level. Because the scripture said in the book of Daniel 12 that there is no other day like it, man. And in Jeremiah the 30th chapter, there is no other day like the day of the Lord, man. All right, it says, and I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. Right? See? It get real, man. A lot of you people don't even know these things are in the scriptures. Let's get this real quick. In the book of Deuteronomy. I believe Deuteronomy 28 and verse 53. All right, and it reads, and this is a curse, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord Yahweh, thy power, have given thee. See? In the siege, and a great siege is coming in Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, also known to you today as America, the home of the slaves and the land of the freaks, man. It says, and in the straightness, right, that word straightness, I believe, is difficulties, because it's getting ready to be a lot of perilous times. The scriptures say, and even Yahweh prophesied that the love of many shall wax cold, man. And you people are taking this for a game. Yep. Well, it says straightness, straits, distress, stress, anguish. See that? Disability, anguish, distress. This is what's coming to you people, man. Distress, man. All right, Deuteronomy 28:53. Thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body and the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters. So cannibalism is coming back on a whole nother level. Because why? The Lord Yahweh is going to put the spirit on you, Jakes, to start bugging out, man. So that you can fulfill prophecy, man. To be in a 2/3, man. Which the Lord Yahweh, thy power, have given thee in the siege and in the straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee. And right, great distress is getting ready to be brought unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right. By the way of this food shortage, man. Okay. And this is nothing new, man. This is all prophesied, man. Of what's to come. All right.
In high demand. With coronavirus cases surging across the nation, shoppers we spoke with say they want to stock up in order to limit their trips outdoors. They're also concerned about this being a brutal winter with both flu and COVID-19 around.
Stocking up, showing what? Being selfish, man. You getting ready to see the love of many wax cold in these last days, man. Hoarding. Come on, man. Food insecurity. I got an article here from wolf.org, and it's titled Food Banks and Pantries Facing High Demand Due to COVID-19. I'll get right to the point because this is actually out here in Florida. That's why I want to show this here in Tampa Bay. All right, we in Tampa, Florida. All right. But I'm going to get right to the point right here at the top left. All right, it says food pantries and food banks are desperate for such benevolence these days. C-19 has left millions more people nationwide at risk of food insecurity. The number of people seeking help from food banks has increased 60%. You see that? Jumping down, Alucha County has a projected increase in food insecurity rate of 18.9%. According to Feeding America, Bradford County increases would be 16.3%, with Marion County at 14.4%, 144. All right. This is beautiful, man. As people lost their jobs and had hours cut back, area food banks ramped their efforts to help Americans put food on the table for those who need it most. However, officials at those banks fear being unable to serve the elevated need as the holiday season approaches. See, so that's the Lord pretty much showing you that the mirth of this place is ceasing, man. 2 Ezra 16 and verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And you people are very proud, man. You think the Most High don't see your pride, which is going before your destruction, and a haughty look before a fall. The houses shall be destroyed. Your houses is going to be destroyed, man. And men shall be afraid. Your so-called 2 chains, okay? Right? And whoever the hell you admire or idolize, he's going to be weak and feeble in these last days, man. Whoever you look up to that ain't got the spirit, he through. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So so that nigga who you clap up all the time, gonna be raiding your house, man. He been spying on your wife the whole time. And this is what's going on. The Lord is getting ready to bring this energy, this spirit in these last days, man. This is his will. Scripture says, shall not evil be done in the city, and the Lord have not done it, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, the modern day gun, and spoil their goods, your food, all right, your women, your children, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Going back into the food insecurities, man, which is taking place as we speak. So be prepared for more things to pop off. Be prepared for more food shortages, hoarding, okay? Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are in for a rude awakening. Call Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving us the spirit of truth. Double honors to our apostles, elders, great millstone, that taught us the truth and do well. Peace, love, and salutations to the Zakoni wa Achim. Shalom to the elect. Go ahead and close out on this.
Guests can buy in hopes of preventing more hoarding and shortages like what we saw back in March. According to a recent study by Inmar Intelligence, 60% of shoppers surveyed said they plan to stock up again as winter approaches. While many stores still have plenty of inventory,
Vons right now is actually pre-stocked, so you think nothing's going on.
Other places are seeing a run on items.
I noticed today, and I noticed that they have plenty of flour and yeast and baking supplies. But canned tomatoes, for example, I had a hard time finding. Egg noodles for, chicken noodle soup.
Many stores are urging people to only buy what they need at the time and will adjust limitations on items as they see fit. In Studio City, Candace Crone, KCAL 9 News.